me, you know I get.
Yo, what's going on, people, man? Thank y'all for tuning to another episode of Last Sports Talk, man. I'm excited for this week. You know, I got my brother here, Mr. Sean Blake. As y'all can see that we're back, online. I know that the Super Bowl was a couple days ago, but we're here to give you guys this content. You know, it's better late than never. It's only Thursday, so still better late than never. But how you doing over there, Mr. Blake? How was your weekend so far?
Uh, Week was good. Obviously, we have a new Super Bowl champion for the 2023 season. I kind of pre-predicted what was gonna happen, but I didn't full on believe that it was gonna happen.
So,
Yeah, I actually, in my heart, I knew the Chiefs were gonna win, but in my mind, I wanted the 49ers to, take the crown this time. And once again, they're in the same situation, 10 points down plus. And they kind of had the game to win at certain points of the game, and Kansas City is now hosting up their third Lombardi in the past 4 years.
So before we even get into the whole Super Bowl thing, first, I want to give I wouldn't say a shout out, but a recognition, because I don't know if you've seen it, but the Lakers unveiled their Kobe statue, a couple days ago. So it's still surreal to say rest in peace to Kobe and Gigi and the Antebellum family that was also on the helicopters there as well too. Got to pay tribute to the other families that lost loved ones, but to see them dropping a Kobe statue, I wish that he was here for that unveiling. With him and Gigi, but of course, how Laker Nation is. Kobe grew up purple and gold, and what he meant to that organization, what he meant to that franchise was everything. So I just wanted your take on that, because I know you've seen that trophy unveiling as well too.
Yeah. Regardless, God rest Kobe's soul and the others who also passed in that tragic helicopter accident. But I'll call it 4 years ago, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, Kobe was gonna get that statue. Granted, I feel like they end up pushing it sooner because of his passing.
True.
They end up pushing it sooner, but that's great that they actually did that for him, because Kobe is a monumental piece of that franchise. Granted, they did have plenty of other greats in the past.
Absolutely.
But it's good to see that they're doing something to kind of make sure his legend and legacy stays forever. Obviously they changed the name. It's no longer the Staples Center. It's now the Crypto.com Arena or something like that.
Yeah.
So, that name holds weight, but now that it's shifted, you got to still make sure that regardless that the name has been kind of passed down, Kobe's legacy still remains there, regardless of the name change of the arena. That's still his center. He's known as the man who controlled the Staples Center for the past 2.5 decades.
True.
So
that is literally Kobe being Bryant's house, the Black Mamba's house right there, and they got 2 more statues to unveil, because they said it's going to be a total of 3 statues.
Oh, 3.
Yeah, it's going to be a total of 3 statues that they're gonna put out there. So, like I said, I just wish that he was really here to see something like that, because as you said, like, it was going to come regardless. It was going to come regardless.
Yeah, he's going to get it regardless. It just they end up pushing it sooner due to his passing, and I feel like that was kind of mostly the reason that they end up speeding up the process. Because I would say theoretically, around this timeline, within the next 5-10 years, he was going to get the statue. If he was still here on, but they end up pushing it a little sooner, which is fine. And by all means, the first one looks good. I'm ready to see I didn't even know there was going to be 3. I thought it was just
one, but the first one do look that's when he scored the 81 points. So
yeah.
Yep, that's when he scored the 81-point game. So, and then also, to stick within, basketball in a way since too, Shaq just got his jersey retired by the Orlando Magic. Even though he was only there for 4 years, obviously Shaq was the best player within that time frame when he was with Orlando before he came to LA and won those championships with Kobe. So I know you also saw that as well too yesterday, and we had the big Diesel for a little portion. He also won a chip with us as well too. So what you thought about that jersey retirement?
Season, yeah, we had him for a little hot season, but Shaq, another great, uh, I'm honestly surprised to see that they did it because he didn't play most of his career there. He played more time in LA than he did with the
Exactly.
Magic.
It was from '92 to '96. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So, but in hindsight, it's always a great recognition for any sports player to get their jersey retired with any team they play for. So that means
That is
it's
true.
a big piece of what they've done. I mean, Shaq, I believe, once he came into the league, he made being a five in the leagues a monumental thing, and playing at such a dominant level where you're doing everything. Obviously, everybody knows Shaq's weakness, free throws.
Bingo.
But at the end of the day, he overcame that by adding more, dominancy in his game compared to as far as he rebounds dominant. He can get in the paint. He can obviously dunk on you. He's a presence in the paint. With shot blocking.
Mm-hmm.
He does it all. Obviously, like you said, going to the line is not much of his, suture of the game, but in all the aspects, he's brought that dominancy to the big man game. Obviously, the game is now elevated where big men are shooting threes, bringing the ball down court, and pretty much essentially playing a point guard role.
Pretty much.
Shaq brought that style to the game. When he emerged, what in the '94?
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, definitely, like as you said, I mean, Shaq was obviously like the first dominant big man. Well, in my eyes, that of course we go because we didn't see Wilt, we didn't see Kareem play. Shaq was literally like the first one. Now you got Giannis, you got Embiid. You can also say, I mean, Jokic in the sense as well too. But like you said, like these centers now, they're like point guards. They're basically pulling up from the 3-point line, and they do so much more
yeah.
than just dominate inside of the paint. So I feel like Shaq definitely deserves his credit because he had a lot to do with the big men and the dominance of the big men. As you said, like free throws wasn't his strength, but I mean breaking backboards was definitely one of his. Breaking backboards was definitely one of Shaq's.
I don't want to make a reach and say he was the first to do it, but he made it a trend of just
Shaq.
breaking backboards. I can count. I think he broke at least 4 or 5 of them throughout his career.
About that, bro. They basically told him stop hanging on the rim, bro.
Yeah. They end up actually, because of Shaq, they end up making the rims a lot more durable, and the backboard's not glass, make it like a harder plastic so it doesn't shatter.
Exactly.
So, Shaq, you have a lot to play in why, certain things are the way they are now.
As you said, definitely, one of the greats. But, as you stated from the, beginning, because I know everybody wanted, us to talk about it, I'm gonna let you go first, bro, because I've been in a great mood since Sunday, dog. And now, like I said, I know on the previous episode I said 27-24, and you and Rico, y'all looked at me like I was crazy. I wasn't too far off now, bro. 25-22. It's still a 3-point margin. But go ahead, bro. I'm gonna let you go ahead and take off because you said your heart was with KC, and you said your mind was with San Francisco. And mind you, people. Sean said previously that if Kansas City makes it to the Super Bowl, they're winning it. So I can't let you off the hook with that one.
I did. I ain't even gonna sit here and act like I didn't. I did say that, but I didn't think the 49ers are gonna allow Kansas City to see them again in the Super Bowl for the second time in 4 years.
Yeah,
and get dealt the same hand, and ironically, that's what happened. So, here's a couple things I could take away from the game. Very defensive game. I'm gonna be honest. At some point, some people were just like, "Damn!" It almost gave me flashes of the Patriots and the Rams back in 2019.
we all thought the same thing over here too, bro. The first half,
like, damn, nobody's scoring. They're just locking everything up. Like the freaking 49ers ain't playing that. Mahomes could barely do anything. Everything is just locked up. He's keep throwing it underneath or throwing it away. That pressure was in his face constantly.
Shout out to Nick Bosa, because Nick Bosa was bringing that heat. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Steve Spagnuolo, like you said in the last episode, his favorite thing is sending that blitz. And sure enough, he got pretty uncomfortable in that first half of the game. The first 3 quarters, let me be honest, the first 3 quarters of the game, he didn't really doing nothing. So offense was very, very quiet. Defense was just chipping at each other, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So, Christian McCaffrey, they did end up getting a little trickery play with the double backward pass, and then he threw it, Jennings threw it back over to McCaffrey, and then he had to clear lane to run it in. That was like the only score in that first half, I believe. Yeah, that first half.
And,
you know, if there's anyone to blame, I don't like putting a blame game on anybody.
But you have to.
You have to. And the defense is not to blame. Regardless of what happened in that overtime period, the defense is not to blame. All those turnovers, granted that muff punt shift momentum in the game. That 49ers punt, that right there, listen, this is the game of momentum. That muff punt shift the momentum for KC. They took that and said, boys, we have to score. And they surely did. And right there, they got them back into the game. The 49ers had so many opportunities to win this game. I'm going to be honest.
That's true.
They had plenty of opportunities to put Mahomes and his boys and Taylor Swift away. And they couldn't capitalize. There's nothing really else to say. I mean, you know, Shanahan, I don't know, man. It must really suck to know that, you know, you've been here 3 times and I've seen statistics online. They say that he's, you know, willingly gave up 10-point plus leads in big games like this. At this point, in the biggest game, and, you know, theoretically he's lost it. So at that point, where do you look to? They just fired their defensive coordinator today. If anything,
I did not like that move.
He didn't deserve to be fired. I'm gonna be honest.
I did not like that move one bit at all.
I wish right now the Dolphins would give him a phone call because they were playing stellar. They held the fucking Chiefs to nothing in the first half of the game. Even in the second half, it was miscues by special teams and offense that caused KC to get back into the game. He had that defense, mind you. They were out without Greenlaw.
Yeah, because he tore his Achilles on a non-contact play with the crazy-ass play, man.
Trying to run onto the field for a substitution, and you tear your Achilles or whatever you did, Achilles injury.
Tough break, man. Tough break.
And they were still playing ball without him. Regardless, yes, he is an added piece that they're missing, but come on now. He's not the reason. Defense is not the reason they lost the Super Bowl. And I'm just going to – I know people might think I'm crazy, but I'm just going to flatline and say that. That defense is not the reason they lost the Super Bowl. You holding Patrick Mahomes – once again, I remember me, you, and Rico in the last episode, we was talking about it. It is not easy to keep Patrick Mahomes quiet. They clearly watch a lot of film on what the Ravens did to help keep him under control in that conference championship game. It resonated in the Super Bowl. Obviously, you only can keep a man quiet for only so long until, he catches his rhythm. There's just nothing else to really go about it, bro. They had the opportunity to win the game. A lot of miscues, and granted, I can't expect you to play a perfect game. There's obviously the 2 best teams. That's the reason you're in the Super Bowl. It's the 2 best teams going against each other. So
somebody got to win.
It's not expected for you guys to just walk over the team. You guys are both here for a reason. You're the best team out of, each conference, and the 49ers once again couldn't get it done in a tough fought game, I guess you would say. Once I knew going over the first mistake, I'm going to squeeze this in before I let you go. The first mistake they made in OT, defer the ball. Get on defense first. Let Patrick Mahomes see what the hell is going to happen with him, because the defense has been playing good. Defense was playing good. Now you leave your defense out there and have to pray, because mind you, it's already bad enough Brock Purdy missed a wide open Brandon Ayuk in the back of the end zone.
But that's also credit to Chris Jones too, because he came scot free. I don't know how the hell Chris Jones came scot free, but Brock Purdy, you have about a damn near 300-pound man coming damn near in your face. You finna throw the ball also as well too. Ayuk was open now, but you don't got the time to sit back and be like, he was open though. He was
throwing it, dishing it off into the flat to somebody who was already kind of covered. If he took time with, yes, you do have Chris Jones coming full speed at you.
You don't got that much time.
But if he took the little time and read his progression, you got a touchdown, and this game probably would have went a whole different way. It's because now the defensive coordinator is now, he was playing soft zone that entire drive. That Mahomes, mind you, they did get him to a 4th down stop. That was a great play call. Whoever the OC is, I forgot whoever his name is.
Casey?
For Casey, I don't know who the OC is.
Matt Nagy.
Who?
Matt Nagy.
Oh my God, that's a vintage name. I didn't even know that he was running as a quarter. But that call to run that option, never seen it coming. Never seen it coming. Once I seen they converted, I knew the game was done. The game was done. On 4th and 1, you have one stop and you hoist up that Lombardi trophy, and they hit you with a vintage college football play.
Yep.
Yeah. That right there, they didn't deserve it at that point. They didn't deserve that because you got to think about it. They only need the yard. Granted, they did play the run, but they played the running back more than they act like Mahomes can't take it to go like he always do. So, granted, that's what happened. That was the results, and Patrick Mahomes, a 3-time Super Bowl champion. So, let you go and take it away, bro. What? Oh man, it was a good Super Bowl. Overall, it started very slow, but it
was absolutely a great Super Bowl. And as I said last week when I said 27-24, I told a lot of people 27-24, and I got killed.
It was a good prediction. It was a good because the way it was looking, it looked like it was going to be a 17-10 Super Bowl at max.
Something like that. But as you alluded to, like I'm gonna say this because I know Rico gonna talk about oh, here we go glazing Patrick Mahomes. Let me say this: the first half of the game, that was all San Francisco. San Francisco, everything completely right. First half,
dominant.
I would even go as far as to say Brock Purdy outplayed Patrick Mahomes in the first half. I'll honestly go ahead and go say that. But at the end of the day, Sean, you know this just like I know this. There's 4 quarters in the game. There's 2 halves in the game. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And as you said earlier, it's only so much longer you can contain that man on the opposite side of the field before he starts to figure things out. Whatever San Francisco did in that first half with their defense, I didn't see that in the second half with their defense. Because Kansas City was starting to okay, Patrick Mahomes, that's what I said. Patrick Mahomes literally takes what's given to him. So, you see the yards just eating up. Like, I'm taking a dump here. Somebody... I seen that one 52-yard bomb to Mecole Hardman, and the safety just got lost. Even though Pacheco fumbled on the next play, but that was like the only long deep throw that I seen from the Kansas City Chiefs.
I think that was the longest completion of the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, of the game. And as you said, both defenses, honestly speaking, this story right here is more about Kansas City defense than the offense. Yes, I get it. Patrick Mahomes had over 300 yards passing, 2 TDs. He had damn near 400 yards combined because he was the leading rusher as well too. I don't know if you peeped that. He was the leading rusher above Pacheco. So, Mahomes was the leading rusher in that game.
I'm not even gonna lie, they kept Pacheco in check. No pun intended.
They definitely kept him in check.
They kept him in check. They knew that, he's one of those runners where he runs a bit aggressive and he's willing to run you over if he has to get that first down or get over the goal line or whatever it takes to do for his team. Mm-hmm. And they surely put that in check. And I was actually, and he fumbled. He's not in a fumble type of player either. He protects the ball very well. So Matter of fact, both running backs fumbled. I'm not even going to take because Christian McCaffrey did fumble too. He made up for it with a touchdown later on. But, overall, man, the defense was just headbutting. Like 2 Rams just bucking each other, bro. At each other. Back.
Because even we said like a couple weeks ago, it was like, fam, if the Kansas City Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl and win it, it's because of their defense. That defense there, that was the best defense Patrick Mahomes has ever had in his career. That's why I was like, it's more so about the defense than the offense. Like you said, the offense made the correct plays. Brock Purdy played a good game in my eyes. He played a good game, but at the end of the day,
he did.
It comes down to who makes the right plays and Patrick, like you said, on that 4th and 1, a gutsy play call. Patrick Mahomes has an option, he runs it. Then you have another 3rd and 1. They send the blitz in. Patrick Mahomes sneaks up for a quarterback draw and runs it up again. So it's all about being smart and calling the smart plays. And I don't know if you felt like this, but to me, honestly speaking, because like you said, like I really hate to play the blame game, but I'm honestly going to blame Kyle Shanahan because I felt like he was trying to make this more about Brock Purdy than the San Francisco 49ers. I feel like because you have to, what we always say, you have to give your ball to the best players. Number 23 is in the backfield. Give him the ball, bro. Christian McCaffrey's going to eat yards up.
I'm going to put Christian McCaffrey at the side. We know McCaffrey's going to do what he do. Why does George Kittle have, 2 catches for 6 yards?
For 4 yards. That's a problem.
Wow. I had this man on my ticket for 40 or 50 yards. Why does he have 2 catches? One of your best receivers on the squad. Why does he have 2 catches for 6 yards in the biggest game of the year?
That threw me off. That threw me completely off. Brandon Ayuk only had 3 catches for like 49 yards. I think Debo somewhere had around the same thing as well too. He was hurt for a little bit, then he came back into the game. That's why I was like, I honestly blame Kyle Shanahan because, bro, you got to give your best players the ball. And I feel like he was trying to make this more about Brock Purdy, making him from Mr. Irrelevant to a Super Bowl champion instead of saying like, oh, like this is the whole 49ers like entirety right here. And not even that. I honestly speaking, I feel like after that Baltimore loss that San Francisco had in San Francisco, it was never the same after that. That defense, or just that team in general, was never the same after that. And not even how the hell you don't know the overtime rules? How you don't know that, bro?
Listen, oh man,
like explain that to me, bro. You're a professional football player. Now I get it. It used to be whoever scores first, field goal to touchdown, game over. Then they changed it, and then they changed it again after the Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Like, okay, both teams will get a possession. You mean to tell me throughout them whole entire years, nobody paid attention and was like, these are what the rules are, or at least go over it before we even get into this? Because you never know within the Super Bowl.
So what they pretty much retracted it to be is how college overtime rules. The only thing is you don't get the ball at the 25-yard line.
Exactly.
From full court field, but now at this point you're matching points. If your first team drive, they don't end up in no points, you have the opportunity to kick a field goal, win the game. And it, pretty much vice versa how it works. Whoever, just matching points. Now, this is why I blame, I guess you could say Fred Warner, who was the captain who made the call.
Yeah.
I'm not receiving the ball first. By all means. Put me as a head coach, get Mahomes out there.
No, literally.
Get Mahomes out there. My defense has been playing great all game. See if you guys can make a turnover. You make a turnover, we win the Super Bowl. That's it. One turnover, we win the Super Bowl. Mahomes didn't really turn over the ball the entire Super Bowl, but who's not to say that anything can happen? This is obviously now you're in sudden death situation. You can't afford no mistakes. Patrick Mahomes has been playing, granted he did heat up in the 4th quarter to get them in a position to get the overtime, but I'm putting my defense out there first. Get Mahomes in the hot seat instantly. You put Brock Purdy in the hot seat by throwing him out there. That right there. That's what's the biggest mistake, personally, to me.
He's never been in this position before. This was his first time in this position.
You don't put him in Mahomes. You put him in Mahomes. Granted, if he gets a touchdown, okay. Now you have Brock Purdy. He can chew up the clock, take his time, go down the field. and try to match it. Obviously, you know you're gonna have to match it. The reason they didn't match it, mind you, they had an opportunity. They could have went for it on fourth down, but they didn't want to take that chance.
Bro, they let that time.
You go for a fourth down, you give the Chiefs the ball. All they need is a field goal. You know what I'm saying? So it would put you at a better situation. At least you know that the Chiefs offense already went, so you know you have control of the game. Whoever has the ball last has control of the game, and Kyle Shanahan should have known that. Being such a great coach, you should have known that mentally. And the fact that they won the coin toss and had the option, because I damn sure if Andy Reid won that coin toss, he said, Mahomes, I'm tripping. Mahomes, you stay back, defense going on that field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me see what they can do. If they end up not being able to make a stop, then you have the ball last. Win it. And if I'm really feeling brave, we're going for 2 and winning this shit all. You see what I'm saying? And
at the end of it, got the opportunity. In the fourth quarter, San Francisco drive down the field. They kick it 19-16. There's a minute and 57 seconds left. We seen this dude go down the field in 13 seconds. You don't think that he could do it in a minute and 57 seconds? Really?
Too much time is left on the clock. Too much time. That was the next thing I'm glad you brought that up. That's the next thing. Too much. You have now. He puts the league on notice with this Super Bowl win. You're gonna have to start treating Patrick Mahomes like Tom Brady.
No, I'm serious.
I know people will think I'm crazy. Oh, he's not Tom Brady. People, I don't want to hear it. There's nobody in the past 2 decades has done this but Brady. You're witnessing somebody else doing it. So yes, we can put them in almost the same conversation. They're 2 different people. Mahomes still has a little ways to go to get to Brady's status, but he ain't far from it. They can still be in the same conversation. That's all I'm saying.
And not even that. With this Super Bowl win right here, I don't know where you had Patrick Mahomes. I said he was top 5. He's number 2 in my list. Brady's number 1. All time. Brady's number 1. Patrick Mahomes is number 2. Joe Montana, Peyton Manning, and I got like 3 people tied at 5. I can't choose between those 3 people. I got Dan, Drew, and Aaron Rodgers. So I'll just leave it at that.
I'm going to put him in my top 3. Right now, Joe Montana was nasty in his era. I ain't gonna lie.
He never lost a Super Bowl, so I do have to acknowledge that. But as Rico said in the last episode, I get it, and even as you literally just said, Patrick Mahomes is not a traditional quarterback. Like he's not that sits in the pocket and you feel
he does everything.
Patrick Mahomes is like the Steph Curry of football. This man literally plays backyard football. Like, if you seen the throws that he did against the Ravens with his body like this, and the ball is going like this, or, like, you feel me? Like, he'll just scramble, and, like, literally Travis Kelce said when 15 gets out the pocket, it's get jiggy time. If 15 gets out of that pocket and you don't crash into him or crash that pocket and he gets out, you don't know if he's going to run it for a first down. You don't know if he's going to throw it across his body and find somebody down there. You don't know what to expect from number 15, bro. And that's why I was like, yo, appreciate the greatness while we have it now, dog. Because literally, none of us had the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. I'll even be honest, I didn't even have the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl.
I'm still going to be proactive. They weren't supposed to even be here.
Literally, I'm going to stand on that.
They weren't even supposed to be here. And I don't. People are going to say I'm a hater. Theoretically, this is Patrick Mahomes' worst season he's played in his 8-year career. Worst season he's ever played.
Literally.
I don't even know. 6 years he's been in the league. Is it 6 years he's been in the league?
Something like that, yeah. But this is his worst statistical season. Look at the stats. 27 touchdowns and 14 picks. Like, barely over 4,000 yards.
That's considered, stat-wise, that will be considerable an average quarterback, a game manager, as the great Cam Newton would have said. Game manager stats.
Tua threw for more yards than Patrick Mahomes.
More yards. He threw for 1 touchdown more, same amount of picks, but more yards. Granted, because Tyreek Hill for those rack yardage. A lot of rack yardage came from Tyreek Hill. But we're not even going to get into that topic. But at the end of the day,
it's Patrick Mahomes, bro. You don't bet against
same stats. Yeah, same stats as Tua. I'm glad you brought that up. Same stats, damn near as Tua. More yardage, of course.
Yeah.
But guess where he ended up? That can show you. This is what I'm trying to explain to a lot of these. I've had a couple, even one of my close friends, even in this score, Dub, shout outs to you. You go back and forth. He's a diehard Dolphins fan just like myself. And we go back and forth about, is Tua the right? There's guys that are considerable to be, not as elite as Tua. Like the guy who just played in the Super Bowl, Brock Purdy. No, mind you, this guy is considered, he's Mr. Irrelevant. 2 years ago, this guy was the last pick in the draft.
Yep.
He just played in the Super Bowl this
Yep.
past Sunday. He didn't win it, but he put the league on notice that I'm a franchise quarterback. I've done this. He brought him to the NFC Championship
And
and
if
fell
he,
short due to an injury.
and if he didn't get hurt, they probably would have made the Super Bowl. And now it's a
It
three,
would have been a back-to-back Super Bowl rematch.
literally back-to-back Super Bowl rematch.
So those are players that can literally make their team better. Why I say that? Don't look at the stats. The stats are not equivalent to how they play the game and dissect the game each and every week. Each and every week we watch Patrick Mahomes fight through adversity. The only game that he was not down this entire playoff was the Dolphins game.
Yeah, that's it.
He was
Literally.
down every single game of the series and found a way to get his team back and win it. Mind you, most of those games he was held to no points in certain quarters. Baltimore, Super Bowl. The Bills game at one point he was stagnant too.
And not
You
even
guys
that.
just have to.
And did you know that Patrick Mahomes is 9-2 when trailing by 7+ points? And that in the previous Super Bowls that he was down by 10 points and came back and won.
That's my point. He did it against the Eagles. He was down 10.
The
Found a
first-
way to get back in it.
Yep. The 49ers the first time around, he was down 10, came back and win it. And then this game right here, they was down 7 points going into the halftime, down 10-3, and found a way to come back and win it. Travis Kelce only had 1 yard in the first half, and he finished 93 yards.
That last drive, I think he had like 50 receiving yards.
Yes.
He was cooking. That final drive to win the Super Bowl,
Yes.
no T, cooking. He came alive. That's what I'm just trying to say. Like, this team knows how to win games. That's why they're winning Super Bowl. They know how to win games. That, mind you, they just got rid of last season. Everyone thought it was over for them. They got rid of their best OC, Eric Bieniemy, who got shipped off to Washington.
Yep, and he not even.
Right. Granted, they didn't even have the same season. I think they ended up losing like 3 more games than they did the previous year.
Yep.
And they still find ways to win. They still find ways to win.
Like the first time around, they trade Tyreek to us. Patrick can't win without Tyreek. They beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl 38-35. And as you said, Eric Bieniemy, he goes away to Washington. Oh, the offense is not going to be called the same, which is true because you can see that it was a different offense. But as you said, Andy Reid is still the big dog over there.
And he makes the calls. Something in my head, I don't know why it's telling me. Something in my head's telling me that 4th and 1 call, Andy made that call.
Oh, absolutely.
Something's telling me.
I
feel like Andy is like.
No respect to Matt Nagy, but Big Red is at the end of the day. Because
I feel like Andy Reid
before, like he's been here before, but way before
man.
when he was in Philly, people need to go back and go look at that, bro. When Andy was in Philly, Andy was like that now, and now he's in the conversation to be one of the greatest coaches of all time, which he absolutely deserves that.
Mm-hmm. Listen, this man's been in the Super Bowl 5 times,
5 times,
and won 3. 1 with the Eagles, 4 with the Chiefs.
Yep.
He's learned from his mistakes. Obviously, his biggest loss was coming from the great, who's obviously retired now, Tom Brady.
Yep.
Granted, they were playing in their backyard in that Super Bowl. I'm not saying that's the reason they won. They were definitely outplayed.
I mean,
in that Super Bowl.
They had no offensive line. Like even Tyreek and Travis, like everybody was just dropping everything. It wasn't that. And then the following year, they lose in the AFC Championship game to the Cincinnati Bengals. You know, that was with a fully healthy Joe Burrow.
Burrow, correct. Yeah.
But you know, even as I said last week, you know, with to you and Rico, like, bruh, currently right now as we speak, all the quarterbacks in the league ain't none. Like, excuse my language, ain't none of them fucking with Patrick, bruh. Yes, you can get healthy Joe Burrow, but at the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes is in the like he's literally by him. This man has 3 Super Bowls before he turns 30. Lamar got 2
And
in.
he had the opportunity to break that record this coming season and make it 4. Random fact, he's about to be the first quarterback to do a 3-peat. Not even Brady done a 3-peat.
No, nobody in NFL history has done a 3-peat. In NFL, bruh.
That's what you see in basketball because of the dominancy in basketball and how easy it is.
Exactly.
But in football,
no.
bro. NFL, by all means, please, I'm begging you, do not allow this to happen.
Bro.
If you let the Chiefs reign a dynasty and become one of the most undoubtable, talked about teams for years to come,
it's already a dynasty, bro. It's already a dynasty.
It is a dynasty.
It's already
we don't need one franchise chokeholding everybody their way to the Super Bowl every year. And mind you, they're not even playing dominant. They play good enough football to get their position, and it shows you they don't even need home field advantage. Patrick Mahomes went on the road 2 straight games, slapped top dogs in their house, and got to the Super Bowl and won it.
Fam, what was the toss from the beginning of the season? The receivers can't catch, which was warranted because we've seen that all season long. Eric Bieniemy is gone. We don't know if the offense is going to be the same, which it wasn't, but we've seen that the offensive struggles throughout the season. Then you say, okay, cool. They had us at their house for the first game, and then like you said, Patrick Mahomes, he's never been on the road. You know, it's going to be a tough task for him. He went on the road not once but twice. Again, to Orchard Park,
hostile environment,
in Buffalo and in Baltimore, and won both games. And not even that. I find it completely funny how from Buffalo to San Francisco, he's the underdog in all 3 of those games, bro.
What seed were there? They were the
third seed.
Third seed.
It was locked in at the 3rd seed. It was not. They could have moved up or down. It was locked in at the 3rd seed, and it was the underdog for all 3 of those games, except for against us, obviously. But yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, that was his first time not being the 1 seed.
No, because everything went through Arrowhead. This was his first time going on the road, so he didn't lock up the number 1 seed. Baltimore locked up the number 1 seed, so everything went through Baltimore. So after they beat us, which was in Arrowhead, they had to go on the road to Buffalo and then go on the road to Baltimore. So now you didn't ask for 1 win; you had to ask for 2 wins against 2 great teams, honestly speaking, in the AFC, and then go to the Super Bowl, which is still an underdog against the San Francisco 49ers.
Granted, those teams they went against, ironically, they were playing throughout the season. They were playing better football. Let's be honest. They were playing better football than the Kansas City Chiefs throughout the regular season.
Absolutely.
That's why they had them as the underdog. The Chiefs did have a weakness. They do. When that offense is not, like you said, when that offense is not clicking, they can get real stagnant.
True.
But at some point, they're gonna catch rhythm. You can't keep them quiet forever. That is Patrick Mahomes you're talking about.
And not even that. Like as we said in the beginning, that defense the whole entire season is not being talked about enough.
It's not.
Defense, Legarius.
They just extended him today. Congrats to you. You deserved it much.
Who they extended?
Spagnola.
Oh, yeah.
Extension.
Oh, yeah. He definitely deserves it. Now you have to keep Snead and Chris Jones. Those are your top 2 priorities right there. You have to keep.
Also, I want to make an honorable mention because he didn't get talked about, but he also is the reason why they won the Super Bowl. McDuffie. My goodness. He was locking shit. Listen, I've never seen a cornerback. I think he had 1 defensive pass interference call, which, granted, he did get a little touchy past the 5-yard threshold, but outside of that, he played a clean football. There was a beautiful bomb that Purdy threw to Debo, and he got over the top of it underneath and swatted away in the end zone.
And
he played stellar defense.
Outside of Legarius Snead, Trent McDuffie absolutely played he had a hell of a season, honestly, and he played a great game. I'll give you that. Yeah, definitely.
They were attacking him. I'm going to be honest. They were attacking him because given the fact that he is younger than Snead, so, he's still working his way. Granted, he ain't nothing to play with. He was a first-round pick, but at the end of the day, he showed up when it counted, and he made plays when it also did count as well. So because he's the one theoretically who kept Ayuk in check from time to time. He kept Debo in check. I wouldn't say he kept, Kelsey in check because it's not Kelsey, Kittle in check because it's a big difference in height and body mass. But as far as those outside receivers, he did his job. So I gotta give him applause for that as well. But hey, man. Kansas City defense, I don't know how Steve Spagnuolo got them playing elite like this, but damn. Makes me want him as a defensive coordinator for our team. Because
he ain't going nowhere, boy. Like you said,
if you put them on paper, they're not a pop-out at you team. Like, they do have some pieces, but there's teams that are with... Look at the 49ers defense. It's stacked to the brim.
They're not even... offensively and defensively.
Yeah, stacked to the brim. And their defense played like they were just as stacked. So it's crazy to see that, they're doing this all season long. All season long. So the defense is the reason that they did obviously make it to the Super Bowl. Because they made stops, they made plays when the offense is needed the most, and they came through. Obviously, offense capitalized every time that, the defense does make clutch plays or some kind of way to shift the momentum back to the offense. And obviously, like you said, that man number 1-5, he's gonna make you pay. So,
boy, oh my god, dog, that game right there, that game,
Super Bowl.
Like, there's a difference between good, great, and just legendary. Like, if Patrick Mahomes is to walk away from the game right now, the man walks away a legend, bro. I don't give a damn what nobody says, bro.
Yeah. If he were to never play again, he's already cemented. To be honest,
that's a first ballot Hall of Famer right there.
He's already cemented. So, hey, listen.
And even Rico was like, he hopes that Patrick loses to Brock so he can have that against him, saying that he lost to a nobody. I'm like, bruh, Patrick Mahomes is not losing the Super Bowl, dog. It's not going to happen.
I'm afraid 49ers Dynasty, I feel like now that they finally made it after trying since 2020, now that they finally made it back, and this was the result of it, because the team is fully healthy. There's no, that team was 100% healthy. Minus Green Bay coming short. In the game, as far as the little Achilles injury he had in third quarter, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
The team was fully healthy. There was no excuses.
But I will say this, though. I will say that the 49ers have a better shot of making it back to the Super Bowl than the Kansas City Chiefs, just because they play in the NFC and don't play in the AFC.
Yes, because the talent, it's open. NFC is open. Wide open for anybody. AFC, the thing is, though, I feel like the Chiefs are going to just continue to reign supreme, bro. Look, they were depleted. They lost, theoretically, one of the best receivers in the league, who's now on our team.
True.
They have nothing but considerable third-string receivers running ones and twos. Travis Kelce's your only, I guess, outside-the-box dominant receiver that you have.
And Rashid Rice definitely was emerging throughout the year, so I got to give him. Yeah,
he did. He did progress throughout the year, for surely.
Definitely progressed throughout the year, absolutely.
You can only imagine if the Chiefs decide to go pick up one of those badass receivers that's coming into the draft this year. They're in for some rude awakening for the next few years.
Or not even that. If you could find somebody in the offseason for a very marketable price, let's just say a Mike Evans.
At this point, who doesn't want to play for Kansas City now?
Like
who doesn't want to take a pay cut to go win a Super Bowl ring?
So I said that sounds like a Mike Evans possibly.
Oh my God! Don't even dare, bro. Please.
He's a free agent now.
I know. But then again, why Mike Evans might consider it? Hey, they did just go to the playoffs and beat the Super Bowl contending Eagles this season. Baker, he did show some play. He went comeback player of the year, I believe, right?
Joe Flacco won that one, bro.
Joe, they should have gave it to Baker. But anyways, because Joe only played 5 games.
Yeah, because Joe came off his couch, and he played better than Deshaun did. No disrespect to Deshaun, but
he did. He did. And I'm glad you said that. A lot of people think that Deshaun Watson is so elite. I don't think he has it like he used to, but this year is going to really be his true testament to see what he can really do. But at the end of the day,
yeah, that's
they get a Mike Evans, bro, a big body receiver that can run. Huh?
No, I was saying like, yeah, if you get Mike Evans. No, I was saying if you get Mike Evans, as you said, like a big body receiver, it's over with.
Oh my god, that is problems all over it. That's problems written all over it. Problems written all over it. Because all Mike Evans wants is a strong arm quarterback that he can just throw it out there, so he can go get it. You know, you seen what he could do with Brady at the helm.
Bingo. And he's been getting 1,000 yards with nobodies, bro. With everybody.
Hey man, listen. I don't know what we're gonna do, bro. The AFC, it's already obviously it's the more beefed up conference, but geez, man. This year is gonna be an eye opener. At this point, a lot of teams are gonna have to get right because it's like, okay, now we're on the verge of witnessing a full-on dynasty that's trying to take over the entire NFL. They already had to doubt. People had such a relief once they realized Brady retired. Now they Brady retires to this. Come on, bro. Give somebody a shot.
Nah, fam. That's why I like. Hey, greatness. We're witnessing greatness, dog. And if I'm not even gonna say that it's gonna happen, but if the Kansas City Chiefs pull off a three-peat, bro, if they pull off a three-peat and win the Super Bowl again next year, ain't nothing else to talk about, fam. Ain't nothing else to talk about. I mean, right now, there's really nothing else to talk about. It's just the main thing is like, okay, are you going to bring back Chris Jones, L'Jarius Sneed? You know, what pieces are you going to add in the offseason to better that offense? You know, I mean, Patrick Mahomes has already proved everything that he's need to prove, honestly speaking. You know, at this point, like you said, it's just he's in that conversation with Brady. He's not Brady at all because obviously he is number one. He's clear-cut number one. At the end of the day.
Think about it, he's statistic-wise, he's on pace. He's on pace right now.
He's on
pace. Very much. So it's like, hey, you know, what can we expect in the next decade or so? Within even the next 5, I'm not gonna say decade, next 5 years.
He's only 28.
Can he win another 2 more in the 5 years or 3 more in 5 years? I'm not gonna say he's gonna win every year. I don't think the Chiefs are cut out to, because every year there's gonna be a new dominant team. That's a surprise. This year it was, huh?
Now say your goal, like every team in the offseason goal is to get better, so it's not gonna be easier.
Every year there's gonna be a new eye opener team that's gonna be more dominant. This year, I believe I'm gonna throw it out there and say it was the Lions. Granted, they did come up short, but they didn't come up too much short. Obviously, bad calls and bad, you know, last minute decision making is the reason why they didn't even end up playing in this Super Bowl.
So
but
even
who's to say that, you know? Yeah, you know, who's to say that this year coming up there might be another team emerging out of the woodworks to duel them out, and who knows? You could obviously see them in the conference championship. Obviously, you know, the Chiefs are standardly going to be a playoff team for the rest of the next decade. I'm going to say that they're going to be a playoff team. Once 1-5 is at the helm, why I say he gives me Brady vibes as well is because you could give him average receivers. He makes them better. That's what Brady used to do.
True.
Brady used to get 4th round, 5th round receivers. Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, to name a few. There's a lot more. I'm not a Patriots fan, so I don't know all the receivers, but damn near that most of them used to kick the Dolphins' ass throughout the regular season. No names. Jabbar Gaffney. That was another vintage name that used to just bomb us all the time. Like, he has the talent. He has the arm strength. He has the, you know, the IQ to make these plays and make his team, not only himself, but his teammates better. So, hey man, it's I'm ready for the season. I'm glad that, you know, season is concluded. Obviously, I can't hate because Patrick Mahomes just, you guys gave him too much room and opportunity. Like I said, I'm still stand firm on what I believe in. 49ers should have deferred and let the Chiefs get the ball first, believe in their defense, and see where it went from there. But, hey, you only get one chance to make a decision, and clearly that was the bad one. So
it just feels a lot better when you know that you're right at the end of the day, bro. That's all I it just feels so much better, bro. When you know, because how everybody was going for San Francisco, and it's like I was
be honest. People who even like the Chiefs, they were like, the reason people went against it because I like the Chiefs, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, granted, they kicked my team's ass twice this year. Mm-hmm. I'm not mad about that. It's more so, okay, you already got two. You're here again. I want to see somebody else win it. I want to see the Brock Purdy story. The Mr. Irrelevant comes in 2 years later, he wins a Super Bowl. I want to hear that. Damn sure didn't get it.
I want to see history. I want to see greatness, and I'm gonna keep on rolling with it until he leaves the game, bro. I'm gonna end up getting.
Let me ask you this, bro, because I know you're coming to a close soon. Let me ask you this.
What's up?
Are you okay if Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl? Say they win say they three-peated. Are you okay with him three-peating?
Yes.
And going furthermore with it?
Yes. I am. You want to know why I'm okay with it, bro? Because it's like I alluded to in the beginning, dog. You have to you can't hate on greatness, bro. Like I said, there's good players that come into the league. There's great players that come into the league. There's legendary players that come into the league. Of course, everybody that comes into the league, you have a goal to win the Super Bowl. And not even at 17 games, granted, hopefully everybody stay healthy. Injuries come along the way, stuff happens along the way. So it's not easy to always get back to that point. So the fact that you keep on seeing that same person at that same point every single time, that's just a testament to their greatness. Brady, for example. Brady went to 10 Super Bowls, bro. Eli took 2 from him. Nick Foles took 1 from him. If that wasn't the case, Brady would have had all of these fingers filled up with Super Bowls, bro.
I would have been sick to know that, bro. Like, it's already bad enough he's at 7. Some people are barely even sniffing 1.
People retire without even 1, and Brady has more alone than any other NFL franchise.
I can name a few great quarterbacks that couldn't win 1 who made it to the playoffs consistently because of Brady. Phillip Rivers is 1. I used to like the Chargers back then. Phillip Rivers is 1.
Yep.
What's that quarterback from? He used to play. Damn it! I'm drawing a blank. I just know I used to watch him slap up Phillip Rivers. Peyton Manning could have run a lot more. He fell short in the conference championship games quite a few times to him.
Ben Roethlisberger is another
one. There's one. Roethlisberger, granted, he did get 2. He did squeeze out 2.
And Peyton got 2 as well too. But Tom was just always in the way, bro. And at the end of the day, it's like I said, fam. If you want to get to here, you got to come through me, bro. At the end of the day, so all that other stuff, that regular season stuff, like fine, have the regular season MVP. I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, I know that I'm gonna get this.
Even the Jets. That's what I was gonna mention. Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez.
How many times has he fell short to the Patriots when the Jets were on their little high horse and keep going to the conference championship game?
They made it back to back twice. Yep.
Fell short to one man, the same man. It's he crushed a lot of people's careers. Trust me. A lot of people's careers, and he just had them. Now they're on TV doing sports analysts and have to, talk about his legacy.
Hell, Matt Ryan. I still ain't forgive you for that, bro.
That's 2018 Matt Ryan crashed and burned out.
That's what I said. Look, I don't think that Patrick Mahomes is going to get 7, because
it's not far away, bro. Now it's really not far away.
It's very realistic, but if he ends up getting 7 rings, dog, don't know what to say, fam. I really.
Okay, at some point, Kelsey is older than him, so Kelsey has to call it quits at some point.
I say Kelsey's 34 right now, so I think he has 2 more seasons left in him. I think he has 2 to 3, maybe 3's kind of pushing it. So now,
I think he could play to about 37, 30. If he stays fit and he stays the way he is,
exactly,
he could probably make it to about 30. He probably won't be first string tight end at some point. He'll probably be like a backup at some point.
There'll still be a prominent role within that.
Yeah, a good role. Correct.
Cool.
And, at that point, Patrick Mahomes will be pushing, quote-unquote, 30. And 30, people can still go out there. We watched Peyton Manning win the Super Bowl at, 37, 38?
Bro, the man had neck surgery. He got let go from the Colts, went to the Broncos, and won in, his second year? Because his first year he lost to the Seahawks 43-8. And then he came back and won it.
Yeah, you see how Peyton Manning's been to the Super Bowl
He's been there
4 times and lost twice.
Yeah, lost twice. He lost against the Saints, and then he lost against the Seahawks.
So, listen.
Patrick is well on his way, bro. That's why I was like, fam, I can't hate on greatness. Just like in the NBA, just like LeBron, I would love to see LeBron get another ring. I know it's not going to happen, but just for history purposes, dog, the man already is the all-time leading scorer already. Mm-hmm. When he walks away from the game, I don't think that none of these dudes, probably Luka, maybe, I don't know, but I don't think none of these dudes is going to break. The fact that it took 40 years just for that record alone to be broken.
It's not going to be broken because right now he's on the verge of touching 40,000 points.
I think he's damn near close to hitting 40K right now, bro.
Within a couple weeks from now, he might hit that. I'm going to be honest. So
40,000 points is ridiculous, bro.
He's one. Like I said, people went, oh, Jordan. Jordan is great, people. He is great. But Jordan isn't doing what LeBron is doing. Yes, he won 6 titles. Never lost in the finals. But I'm going to be honest. The talent that's in the league now wasn't the talent that was in the league back then.
That's true.
Put Jordan in the league right now in his age. Jordan is not doing the shit that LeBron had to go through. He's not.
And not even at the age they're going to be like, oh, well, he played longer. That's not LeBron's fault that he kept his body in shape.
That too.
That's not his fault.
So I'm just gonna say that. I know I'm gonna have all the old heads trying to attack me.
Hey,
but listen, you can't deny, like you said, can't deny greatness. In your realm, greatness is being witnessed through Patrick Mahomes. Greatness that we're witnessing true and throughout is LeBron James. We actually grew up on him. And theoretically, we grew up on Brady too, but now we're witnessing another great coming in and that's trying to set pace and become, the next best thing. So, I don't know, man. This football thing it's getting tiring, man. It's hard to see your team fight throughout the season and then one man just takes your dreams all away just like that.
That's how it be. That's how it be, dog. That's all I found. Hey, I'm gonna get me a Patrick Mahomes jersey, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, so you switching roles? I can't blame you, bro. I can't blame you.
I'm still gonna be a Dolphins fan at the end of the day. But as you said, bro, I mean, what you want me to get a Tua jersey? What the fuck did you do for me?
I'm not.
You want me to get a Tyreek Hill jersey? What the fuck did Tyreek do for me?
Tyreek did his due diligence.
Tyreek won a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he led the league in receiving, back-to-back years or something like that? I don't know. But, no, bro. I already told you, I'm not getting, and not even that, we're now the longest franchise without a playoff win. It was the Lions now, it's now 24 years.
Now we're the new laughing stock.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, I'm not getting no fucking jersey until we win a playoff game, bro. Then we'll have a conversation, all right?
I'm not settling for a playoff win, bro. I'm still not. I'm not selling. I need to see us in New Orleans in 2025. And I rest my case. I need to see us in New Orleans in 2025. I'm tired of 26 years of watching my franchise fall short, at least the last 2 years, to foolery. Obviously, the first year that we made the, in 2022, 23, okay, whatever. We didn't have our starting quarterback. And mind you, we damn near almost won that game. We were closer to winning the game in Buffalo than we did against the damn Chiefs.
Yeah.
With our third string quarterback.
But
I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that right there. Y'all want to go ahead and pay $200 and whatever million and give him $40 million guaranteed? Go ahead. Go ahead and throw your money away that we could use to beef up this team a little bit more and get to that promised land we've been looking for the last 51 years. But I'm gonna rest my case there. Oh boy.
We're gonna leave it at that, bro. But we leave it at that, bro. We come to the end, my boy. So you want to go ahead and give your shout outs before we hop up out of here, bro?
Man, shout outs to you, man, as always, for having me on here. People, I know this episode was a little bit emotional in terms of what's been transpiring in the league, but hey, at the end of the day, like Vlad said, got to give credit when it's due, and it's just we have to just go through the progression and see what's going to really happen within these next few years in the league. But right now,
yep,
there's one man that reigns supreme in the NFL. So, but most of all, like I said, shouts to you, shouts to God, and can't thank him enough for being able to do this every week and give you guys good content. Obviously, football's coming to a close, but basketball this week, All-Star Weekend. So we're looking forward to us giving you some insightful news on that coming up. So yeah, man.
Well, as you said, shout out to God first and foremost for making us see another 24 hours today, because 24 hours is never promised. Hell, neither is the next minute is never promised. So definitely a big blessing right there. Shout out to you for taking time out of your day, as well too for coming on. It's always fun doing this with you. Always, most definitely. Just want to wish a happy Valentine's Day to all the lovers out there. Don't be cheap. Buy your girl a little something nice.
Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap, people.
Spend a little something. If she, you feel me? Just spend something on your nice little shorty or nice little man, because at the end of the day, it's good to find good people these days. It's good to you have a partner that you treasure. Spend the time with them and love them properly at the end of the day, because you don't know what you got until it's gone. But just shout out just to everybody in general, just to people that comment, that that like, that subscribe, for sure, definitely. As Sean said, it's All-Star Weekend. So we definitely give you guys, the updates on that, the tunes on that, and then yeah, man, we'll just see you guys back again next weekend. I was right. That's how I just have to throw that back in there, man.
I knew you was coming with it. I knew it.
I was right. I predicted the score wrong, but I got the margin correctly. That's all I had to say. So I got bragging rights right now. So I got that. I got. And ignore the game.
Awesome basketball season. See what I'm wearing? Come on, y'all been a little struggling this year, but it don't matter. After I seen what y'all did last year and how far you could go with the struggling year, it's Heat 2024 rally. We're making it back to the finals and we're getting it done.
You sure we're gonna win the finals this year? I mean, we already seen 3. I would love to see more. We already done seen 3.
But I need it. My Dolphins can't give me nothing right now. I need it. So,
they give you heartache.
It's basketball season, man.
They give you heartache and pain, bro. They give you heartache and pain.
It is what it is.
But it's hard, then, my brother, man. We'll see each other again next week, my boy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.